This is a high-risk purchase, but not for the reasons that you might think. So buying and selling cars in the UK as a used car dealer is tricky, and it comes fraught with danger and travesty. However, this has got issues with it that might not be visible on the face of it. So this particular car I bought from a subscriber. It is a 2021 C43 AMG Premium Plus Night Edition in hyacinth red. It's absolutely gorgeous. Now, it's got a couple of problems, and they're not with the car, to be fair, and the subscriber didn't leg me up. I've been legged up plenty of times, but this guy was very honest, and I'm going to talk you through what the issues are. One of them in particular might affect you when you're buying and selling cars. So the purpose of today's video is to give you a bit of information as to ways you could deal with the problems I'm about to face on this one. First of all, the issue that I've got with this car is the mileage. It's done 9,500 miles from new, which might sound great on the face of it, but the problem with that is two things. Number one, the car is 3 or 4 years old, so the big question is, has it actually done that mileage? As we know, mileage blockers are popular and growing in popularity. But number two, the biggest issue with it really is how this car will price when we put it online, because if you were looking to buy one, if it had done like 30,000 miles, it would probably be 3 or 4 grand cheaper, and it looks like a better deal, if that makes sense, and the PCP might be slightly better. So you need to find the person who wants to buy a car that's super low mileage. Now, when you look around it, I think you'll agree, it's probably done the mileage. We've done the checks on it as well on the ECU to make sure everything's right on there, but everything is absolutely spot on. Tyres are good, disc and pads are good, bodywork is borderline immaculate. There's a couple of tiny stone chips on it, which I actually prefer to see on a car. So I'm not actually overly concerned about the mileage. I think it'll sell to the right person. The biggest problem with this car is that the guy that brought it in had a private plate on it. And when he sold the car to me, he'd forgotten to retain it before he got here. Now, what does that mean? Well, it means that now we've retained the plate, the logbook for this car is technically no longer valid, which means I can't buy the car into trade. It means I can't tax the car, and then when I sell it, the worst thing, I can't then put it into the new keeper's name. Now, normally what I do with a situation with this is I make sure that I knock some money off the price of the car and say, look, I'll just give you the money later when you send the logbook through. However, I trusted, rightly or wrongly, this subscriber to do the logbook. It's been a few days, I've not heard back from him yet. I'm absolutely convinced he's going to do it, but the problem is I am then stuffed for moving the car on without a logbook, or so you might believe. There is a way around it. Now, this guy was basically meant to sell this car in, I want to say it's February this year. He'd agreed a price with a mate. His mate was meant to be buying the car, and then he didn't buy the car, which meant that he was then sort of panic selling it a little bit because he bought a new one, and then he needed out of it quickly. So like, all these things add up into a bit of a situation where I'm a bit nervous. However, I'm rather pleased with this car. Look inside of it. Ignore the fact that it's picking up loads of warning lights because the lights are on, but it is absolutely gorgeous. It's got carbon fibre inlay, it's got the sports exhaust, it's the newer shapes, it's got the better steering wheel on it, the new infotainment system. It's an absolutely gorgeous car. And then all the way around the back, it's absolutely bone mint. There is not a problem with this car at all. So I did a vehicle score check on it. I ran the reg that was on it at the time, through the app, 2 owners, never been crash damaged, never been scrapped, no finance, nothing on there that's sort of untoward at all. So it kind of put my mind at rest. I paid the tenner and got the checks through. There's a link in the description below if you want to use Vehicle Score. It's a fantastic sponsor of the channel. However, we're still stuffed in this position without a logbook. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to show you a little system that a mate of mine has set up, which is meant to be for the trade, and he's told me not really to tell the public about it because it can give him loads of headaches. But I'm going to tell you anyway, because it is a really good way of getting around this. People seem to think that not having a logbook means you're stuffed on a car. Incorrect. So we're going to take a little wander into my heated office. I'm going to talk you through how you get around that situation. Upstairs. Okay, so if you're in the motor trade, websites this will be of no great surprise to you. However, this is a site that I use, and genuinely, it's a decent site and it's not expensive. So if you're a member of the public using it, you've got to be really careful with the details that you're putting in, but I'll show you how to do it. So essentially what I do is go into taxmyvehiclenow.co.uk. There are loads of different sites that do this. I know a couple of people that do this. I know this guy, I know a couple of others They're all sort of sound, but there are loads of other companies out there doing this that I don't know, so I can't verify. So it's got to be taxmyvehiclenow.co.uk. Type into that and then you'll be greeted with the green Superman, and that is the correct site. So, reason why this works is because, look, right, there's a big taboo on buying cars without logbooks, and really, you shouldn't. I kind of know what I'm doing because I've done it for long enough now, and you know, if you do a proper check on the car and you check the VIN number and the reg is right and everything sort of adds up, technically a logbook isn't proof of ownership. It literally says it on the front of a logbook, so you should be all right, but I'd always recommend you have a logbook when you buy a car. However, these things happen, does happen from time to time. So this is it, this is TaxGuru. And to be fair, so I've used this service before. When you're in front of a customer and you're trying to tax a car, I mean, the only other way of doing it really is to drag them across to the post office. You can kind of get around it that way, but you've got queues, you've got to get there, you've got to hope it actually works when you get there. And I've used this before, and literally within 15 minutes you get confirmation through to say the car's being taxed. Now, you could do your logbook on here as well. If you've lost this, so this is the problem with logbooks. If you've lost your logbook and you're taxing your car to sell it, you then can't put it in the new keeper's name as well. So what this will do is something called a V62 form. V62 form is a form going across the DVLA saying there's been a change of owner, and on there it will say the reason why you're doing it through a V62, which will be probably because I've lost my logbook. I've never given a logbook when I bought the car initially. Normally DVLA charge 25 quid for that, and you've got to post it across them, so you've got a couple of quid in postage. Now through this service it is 40 quid, so it is your 25 plus £12.50 plus VAT. So for the sake, it's like a tenner basically when you knock your postage off. So if you undo your logbook in here as well, it'll do all of that, but it's dead simple to use. So if you're a member of the public using this, you've got to be really careful. Same if you're a dealer as well. So yes, it is customer facing and dealer facing, but you've got to make sure you put the right bits in the right places. So if I just go on to start now, put my reg in, which vaguely looks like Cubit. It's the best I could do for 400 quid. So I'm not a wealthy man. People seem to believe otherwise. And there we go. It's bringing up an Audi SQ5 Quattro with a radar that doesn't work. This would be my car. And it's simple. Basically, it's already added the fee in there, which is 40 quid plus VAT. You get a VAT invoice through as well. So it's 48 quid including the VAT. And on there, the 6 months and the 12 months is already inclusive of that fee. You can set up a direct debit on here as well, which like on this car is 30 quid a month, plus a £48 fee, which is your 40 plus VAT to do direct debit. So you've got to be careful. So for example, on here, I'm going to be putting in my details as a dealer for the VAT invoice. Now, if you're a customer doing it privately, you'd obviously put your details in as well, but sometimes what dealers are doing is they're putting customer details into here rather than their own details. Then the guy that owns the company, if there's been an issue with the tax for whatever reason at the DVLA office and he's trying to ring them just to verify, so if you do direct debit and they've given the wrong information across, instead of getting through to the dealer, it's getting to the person you've just sold the car to, which can make it a little bit messy. So you literally just fire your details in here, say Mr. We'll go with the company name in here because I want a VAT invoice, select your choice, 6 months because I'm tight. Logbook request, no, don't want to do a logbook, I'll just do it myself. And then you put your email address and your telephone number in there as well, but make sure it's yours. Then proceed to payment, tick to confirm that you've read everything and you're happy with everything, complete payment, and literally within 15 minutes they'll send something through. Now, you've got to be really careful when you're buying a car without a logbook, and I'd always suggest that you don't do it. Now, in this instance with the C43, the chap that we bought it from has actually, between filming that bit and filming this bit, sent us through photographs of the logbook. I kind of knew he would anyway, so I don't need to use this service on that because I've got the physical logbook, but it's good news because it's there kind of in the background. So, normally if I'm buying a motor and there's no logbook, or they're doing a plate change like this chap did, I'll always knock sort of 250 quid, 500 quid off because it's just incentivising people to actually send the logbook through. But then it's a pain in the backside because when they send the logbook through, they're immediately chasing that 250 quid. Just got to remember to send them. So it's a good way of doing it. Hopefully that's going to be helpful to dealers if you're watching, but also to members of the public if you're watching as well, because the effort, we actually named the channel The Logbook because of problems that we've had with logbooks in the past, where you send them off the DVLA and they're never received, or cars turn up with them, or cars turn up with the wrong ones. It can be a little bit of a nightmare. This, dead easy to use, not expensive, and it just sorts it all for you. So yeah, hopefully you found that helpful. Just another little gift to you from this wonderful YouTube channel. By the way, mega thank you. If you're not subscribed and you'd like to see more journeys of me as a car dealer and this humble little car dealership in West Yorkshire, please do subscribe. If you like the video, like it. If you found it helpful and you think other people find it helpful, give it a share to your mates, or if you know someone who's lost a logbook, fire it across and it might be of some help to your friends and family. Thanks for joining me. I'm off out now to buy something rather stupid, and that will be coming to you soon. But it feels like a good deal, so I cannot not do it. I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.